They clocked my burger assembly at 3 minutes 47 seconds, slowest in the franchise. The teenage crew called me McSlow and made TikToks about waiting for Grandpa Gerald to finish one order. Last night at 11:47 p.m., I moved faster than I have since Vietnam, turning a fryer basket into a weapon and 3 armed robbers into crying children begging for their mothers. Turns out 67-year-old reflexes work just fine when lives are on the line. My name is Staff Sergeant Gerald Thompson, and this is how the slowest McDonald's employee became the fastest hands in fast food. I started at McDonald's 14 months ago, not because I needed the money, my Marine pension and Social Security covered the basics, but sitting alone in my apartment after Martha died, watching TV judges yell at idiots, I was dying faster than my cancer-ridden wife had. Needed purpose, structure, human contact that didn't involve doctors or funeral directors. Are you sure you can handle the pace? The hiring manager asked, looking at my application. 67 years old. Last employment, United States Marine Corps, 1969–1999. I've handled worse, I said. She hired me out of pity, I think. Or maybe corporate had a veteran quota. Either way, I got my polyester uniform, my name tag, and a station at the burger assembly line where my slowness would theoretically do the least damage. The kids I worked with were 16 to 22, moving at speeds that made me dizzy. They'd grown up with screens, their fingers flying over touch panels I couldn't figure out. They spoke in acronyms and memes I didn't understand. And they were fast. God, they were fast. Gerald, you've got to pick up the pace, Chelsea, the night manager, would say. 19 years old, community college student, sweet kid who tried to hide her frustration. The screen says 30 seconds per burger. You're at 2 minutes. Quality takes time, I'd reply, carefully placing pickles in perfect alignment. It's McDonald's, not fine dining. Close enough is good enough. But close enough had never been good enough. Not in Marine Corps food service, where a badly prepared meal could destroy unit morale. Not in Vietnam, where attention to detail meant the difference between an ambush and a walk in the jungle. My hands might be slower now, but they still demanded precision. The mockery started gentle, waiting for Gerald's geological burger assembly. Is Gerald still on that same order? Someone check if Gerald's alive back there. Then came the TikToks. Tyler, the fry cook, started it. Video of me carefully placing each ingredient while he played Killing Me Softly in the background. 50,000 views. Comments about how McDonald's must have hired me for tax breaks, how I probably still thought it was 1955, how someone should check if I'd had a stroke. More videos followed. POV. You're stuck behind Gerald's register. Gerald speedrun challenge, impossible. Day 47 of waiting for Gerald to finish my McNuggets. The worst one showed me struggling with the ice cream machine, set to circus music. 2.8 million views. It's just jokes, Gerald, Madison said when she saw me watching one on my break. We don't mean anything by it. I know, I said, and I did. They were kids. Kids mock what they don't understand. In their world, speed was everything. They'd never been in situations where slow meant alive and fast meant dead, but it wore on me. Every shift, feeling their eyes roll when I clocked in, hearing the sighs when I took my position, watching them literally run around me like I was a traffic cone. I started dreading work, which defeated the whole purpose of working. Maybe we could move you to lobby cleaning, Chelsea suggested last week. Less pressure. Your own pace. I can handle burgers, I insisted. The Times, Gerald, corporate looks at the Times. She showed me the stats. Every employee's average assembly time color-coded. Everyone else green. Me deep red. The slowest in our franchise. Bottom 1% in the entire Midwest region. One more month, I said. If I can't improve, I'll move to lobby. She agreed, probably already planning my replacement. Last night was typical closing shift. Friday, so we were busy until late. Chelsea, Tyler, Madison, 3 other kids whose names I never quite caught, and me. The dining room closed at 11, but drive-through ran until midnight. I was cleaning the grill, moving at my steady pace when they came in. 3 men, ski masks, guns. Everybody down. This is a robbery. The kids froze. That split second of disbelief when violence enters normal space. I'd seen it in boot camp, recruits' first exposure to controlled violence. The brain rejecting what the eyes see. My brain didn't reject anything. It cataloged. 3 targets. One at the door overwatch position. One at the counter control position. One heading to Chelsea objective position. Cheap pistols, probably .38s. Shaking hands amateurs, high on adrenaline or substances. Dangerous combination. Open the safe, the one approaching Chelsea screamed. Now, I can't, Chelsea stammered. It's time locked, I don't have. He hit her with the pistol, not hard but enough to drop her. The sound metal on skull triggered something in me that corporate training videos couldn't override. I was at the fryer, 10 feet from the closest gunman. The basket was in my hand, full of oil-covered fries I'd been about to dump. 350-degree oil. Metal basket with good reach and weight. Kitchen full of improvised weapons. The kids were on the ground, crying. Chelsea was bleeding. The gunmen were focused on the safe, screaming about money, waving guns like movie props. They never saw me move. 30 years of Marine Corps muscle memory doesn't ask permission from 67-year-old joints. I crossed 10 feet in under a second, swinging the fryer basket like a medieval flail. Connected with gunman one's face, hot oil and metal mesh destroying any chance of vision. He screamed, dropped the gun, hands going to his eyes. Pivot. Gunman 2 turning, raising his weapon. Too slow. I was already inside his arc, basket coming up under his chin. Oil splashed, burning. But more importantly, the metal edge caught his throat. He went down gagging. Gunman 3 by the door had time to process. Saw me coming. Got his gun halfway up before I threw the basket. 40 years since advanced marksmanship training, but some things stick. Hit him center mass. Oil exploding across his chest. He fired once wild, high, into the menu board. I was on him before he could fire again. 67 years old, but gravity and violence still work the same. Knee to solar plexus, elbow to temple, gun clattering away. He went fetal, gasping about his eyes, his skin, his mother. 12 seconds, 3 armed men to 3 casualties. The kids still on the floor, not processing what they'd seen. Tyler, I barked, command voice cutting through shock. Call 911. Madison, get the first aid kit. Kevin, watch the door. Nobody moves until police arrive. They moved, confused but responding to authority. I zip-tied the robbers with food prep gloves, not ideal but functional. Checked Chelsea's scalp wound, messy but not serious. Kept everyone calm until sirens filled the parking lot. The security footage went viral before the sun came up. Every angle of McSlow turning into something else entirely. The internet couldn't believe it. News stations played it on loop with experts analyzing my technique. That's not self-defense training, one expert said. That's combat veterancy. Look at the economy of motion. No wasted movement. He's not fighting, he's eliminating threats. The robbers survived. Beaten, burned, broken, but alive. Probably wishing they weren't when they woke up in custody. 3 idiots with drug debts who thought a McDonald safe would solve their problems. Instead, they got a lesson in why you don't threaten kids in front of old Marines. Gerald, Chelsea said from her hospital bed, 6 stitches in her scalp. I'm so sorry. All those things we said, the videos. You said I was slow, I told her. You were right, I am slow, when there's time to be slow. But last night there wasn't time. The franchise owner visited, talked about heroism and bravery. Corporate sent a spokesman who used words like exceptional and above and beyond. They offered me awards, recognition, my picture on the wall. I just want to keep making burgers, I said. But the speed metrics, check today's numbers. They did. In the aftermath excitement, flooded with reporters and cops in corporate suits, our store had its best service times ever. Because my teenage coworkers, wired on adrenaline and hero worship, were flying. And me, I was still slow, but nobody cared anymore. The TikToks changed. POV. Your coworker is secretly John Wick. McSlow is actually McLethal. Gerald moving slow because he's saving energy to save your life. Tyler made a compilation of all their mockery videos followed by the security footage. Caption, we were clowns, he was a king. 4.7 million views and counting. I still work burger assembly, still the slowest in the franchise. But now the kids wait patiently, watching me place each pickle like I'm defusing a bomb. Because they understand something they didn't before. There's fast and there's ready. They're not the same thing. Hey Gerald, Madison asked last week, could you teach us some of that? Whatever that was. Self-defense? No, the other thing. The being ready thing. Moving slow until you can't. So now I teach. Not formally corporate would have liability attacks, but little things. How to really see your environment, how to breathe under stress, how to find weapons in everyday objects, how to stay calm when chaos comes. The fryer basket, Tyler asked. Did you plan that? No, but I knew it was there. Weight, reach, temperature. Always know what's around you. That's paranoid. That's prepared. Paranoia is thinking everyone's a threat. Preparation is knowing what to do if they are. Chelsea's back at work, tiny scar on her scalp she covers with strategic hair placement. She doesn't mention my speed anymore. Nobody does. The metrics still show me in red, slowest burger assembly in the Midwest. But our store has the highest employee satisfaction scores in the region. Turns out kids like working with someone who'd literally fight robbers for them. We're getting t-shirts made, Kevin told me. McSlow's crew. Picture of a turtle with your face. That cool. Why a turtle? Slow and steady. Plus, you know Ninja Turtles. I don't know Ninja Turtles, but I said yes anyway. The robbers pled guilty. 20 years each. Their lawyer tried arguing excessive force. 3 armed men versus 1 senior citizen. The prosecutor played the security footage. Jury deliberation took 12 minutes. You could have killed them, the prosecutor told me privately. Could have, I agreed. Chose not to. They were kids making bad choices, not enemy combatants. The internet's calling you McRambo. The internet's wrong. Rambo was Army, she laughed. What's the difference? Marines are better with kitchen equipment. I still clock in at 4 p.m. Still put on my polyester uniform that smells like fryer oil, no matter how many times it's washed. Still assemble burgers at speeds that make corporate computers angry. But now when customers complain about wait times, Chelsea points to my picture on the wall, the one corporate insisted on. That's Gerald. He's why your food takes longer. He's also why we all went home alive last month. Your burger will be ready when it's ready. Most understand. Some don't. That's fine. I'm not there for customer satisfaction scores. I'm there because purpose doesn't retire at 67. Because kids who mock you for being slow still deserve someone who will be fast when it matters. My name tag still says Gerald. The kids still call me McSlow, but now they say it differently. With respect. With understanding that slow in peace means you've been fast in war. The fryer basket, they had it bronzed, hangs on the wall next to my picture. Corporate hated it until the social media team explained the marketing value. Now it's part of the McDonald's Heroes campaign. I just wanted to make burgers, stay busy, feel useful. Instead, I became a meme, a hero, and a reminder that the slowest employee might be the most dangerous person in the room. 3 minutes 47 seconds to assemble a burger. 12 seconds to disassemble 3 armed robbers. Speed is relative. Purpose is absolute. And I've got 5 more hours on this shift, so those burgers better be perfect.